Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Josh Franzen from InTouch Credit Union, along with my co-host Rufus Guidry for our latest webinar series on It Just Makes Credit Sense. This is a complimentary program provided to all InTouch Credit Union members, which is powered by SavvyMoney. And we have Jess Stombaugh here today. She is our guru of all things credit sense for InTouch Credit Union, and she's going to walk us through the program today, what it is, what it does, and how it benefits you, the member overall. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce Jess.
Thanks, Josh. Happy to be here, everybody, and really excited to take a deep dive with you into the Credit Sense solution. I am going to go off camera here and focus on the presentation here. So let me take that there and share my screen. So it just makes credit sense. Many of you may already be enrolled in Credit Sense through InTouch Credit Union's membership that is provided to you at no cost. It's available to you in your online and mobile banking platform, and we'll be digging into some of its features and benefits today. Again, my name is Jess Standby. I'm a partner manager here at SavvyMoney. It's nice to meet you, and I will be walking you through all of the different features and benefits. So Credit Sense is way more than just a credit score feature. Credit Sense puts you in charge with the credit score and report tool, the score simulator, credit monitoring and alerts, and also provides you with some savings opportunities presented by ITCU. As we jump in to take a look at your actual credit score here, let me skip this verification and we'll pull this side up here. Once you have enrolled inside of the actual site here, you will see InTouch Credit Union in the top left, so you know you're still within the online banking experience. And then under Credit Score and Report, we'll walk through this page as well as some of the others from top to bottom. Starting with the credit score in the top left corner here, we're going to show you what your score rating is. You can hover over this information icon, and this will explain that your VantageScore 3.0 credit score is calculated on a scale of 300 to 850. You can see all of the different rating terms and the credit tiers that you could fall within. You'll see the last time that this score information was updated. And then you'll also see that we are displaying the score again through that VantageScore 3.0 model from TransUnion. I want to stop here just to point out that it's important to know that your credit union or other lenders often use different scoring models and possibly different credit bureaus from TransUnion like Experian or Equifax when making decisions on your loan applications. Lenders like ITCU have access to FICO scoring models that credit monitoring tools like Credit Sense do not. For this reason, you can expect to see a difference in your credit score here and when applying for credit in your loan paperwork. Tools like Credit Sense are meant to help educate you about credit and learn how your financial decisions will affect your score, but they are not a loan decisioning tool. To learn more about the differences between Vantage and FICO scoring models, be on the lookout for a future webinar from ITCU and SavvyMoney. Below this score model information, you also see the refresh score feature. When you click this button, you'll see it do a little dance, and then your next update will be available in 23 hours. So every 24 hours, you can come out and refresh your credit score. If there has been a change to your score or any items in your credit report, that is when that information will update. Over to the right side, we have your carousel of offers. This will display the top 4 money-saving offers that you qualify for at ITCU based on your credit profile and the offers that are in the tool from ITCU. If there's something that you see in particular from the carousel, simply click Learn More, and you'll be taken to the details of that offer. In the next section below here, we have another set of menu items, and we start with the score analysis. On the score analysis tiles, you can see your overall score rating and all of the different segments that your credit score is made up of. Once you click inside each of these tiles, we'll give you way more information to help educate you on your credit score segments and what you can do to get into the next tier. For example, for this for this particular user, we have a score rating of good, and we give you that definition of what that means. At the below here, there are some recommended action items so that you can move into that excellent tier rating. On the right side, you can see all of the different sub-menu items. There's some visuals here, credit score history, and you can also see what the average score is in your zip code and how you compare. Next, we'll click on payment history and see that we're getting a grade A here. We learned 40% of our credit score is based on history of on-time payments. So way to go, Patrick. We're doing a great job paying the bills on time. Even though Patrick's getting a grade A here, we're still going to give some recommended actions to keep that history of on-time payments in a great rating. You can learn how to set up auto payments, for example, here. And there's some additional tips and tricks when you click on any of the hyperlinks here. These will link out to our blogs, SavvyMoney blog. Oh, let me click that there. Is it working? Oh, I'm opening it at the top, and let me move that over here so that you can learn more details about those auto payments. And then on the right side, again, we have some more visuals for you, kind of summarizing your performance history, that all of your accounts are being paid on time, nothing in collections, and it's been 11 years since you've had a delinquency. Again, that performance chart with details over time. Next, we're going to go into credit usage, and we see this yellow banner at the top of this tile. That's calling our attention because we're getting a grade C here. You know, in this case, we're overutilizing our credit cards. And so because of that, we are getting a grade C because 23% of our credit score is based on how much money we've spent on the credit cards and the accounts that have credit limits. Our recommended action is to reduce that to at least 50%. Our recommended is under 30. To click over here is also a card usage history. And then on account mix, again, a grade A here, 11% of our credit score is based on the mix of revolving and installment accounts. We're going to see those recommended actions and then an account breakdown by product type with the total balances for each. You can also see your account categories here. We've got 12 installment loans, 4 revolving, and no collection. And our credit age, 21% of your credit score is based on the credit age. So well done. Your average credit is fantastic. Now this over here on the right will show you how long your average credit is, as well as your oldest line of credit. And then for inquiries, now this is where 5% of your credit is based on the number of recently opened credit accounts and credit inquiries. I do want to differentiate that your credit, when you're pulling your credit in here in this environment, it is a soft pull and does not appear in your inquiries list on your credit report. When you've done a hard inquiry, it's when you're applying for credit. That is counted as an inquiry. It can affect your score for up to 1 year and will stay on your report for 24 months. For any items that you might be getting a grade B or below in, we can highlight those items through your credit score action plan. You simply click Learn More here, and each item would be listed in order that you can kind of call attention and pay, just look at some of those action items a little closer. And then at the very bottom, you'll see our credit score events, where you should expect to see maybe a higher credit score when you're paying all of your accounts on time and you have lower credit usage, and vice versa, when you should have a lower score when your payment history is low or your usage is high. So this is kind of an if this, then this prediction of what will happen to your score up or down if those behaviors change. You can look at this over 1 year, 2 years, and 6 months. Josh, before I move on from this score analysis page, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, I just want to reiterate that when a member, if you're using Credit Sense or any other monitoring service, if you are pulling your credit for yourself, it does not impact you. We get this question a lot. It only has an impact on you if you authorize another entity to pull your credit score for you, such as for any types of loans, credit cards, information like that will report as a hard inquiry on your credit and will show up under the inquiries profile if you're using CreditSense. So I just wanted to reiterate that fact real quick.
Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Next, in our credit report, you get full details of your credit report, and you have the ability to download in a PDF format as well. The download button is simply right here at the top. And when you click, you can see here that it's being provided through InTouch Credit Union's CreditSense powered by SavvyMoney. Your information will be at the top with all of your grades in each segment, your personal information, and your summary. Then throughout the rest of this PDF, you'll see each trade line in full detail. And at the very bottom of this, you'll see all of the loan offers that you qualify for at ITCU based again on your credit profile. And the summary section at the top is simply that. We're going to show you how many open accounts, total balances, monthly payments, any delinquencies, derogatories, or inquiries. As you start to scroll down, you'll see each of your trade lines or accounts that are open segmented out by product type, starting with credit cards at the top. If you'd like to see a history of any old closed accounts, we're also showing that information through the link of Show Closed Accounts here. To open up the detail of each of your accounts, on the right side, there's a drop-down caret here. When you click on that, you can see it's going to open it up and let you know what account type that is, what credit type, how long that's been open, the ownership, individual or joint, your current balance, high balance, credit limit, monthly payment information, and details of the last payment information. Now, let's say in June of 2012, I missed a payment here. I would have a red X. It's simply missing from our example here, but that would be another item added to the key below. We also have for our revolving trade lines, we also have a nice visual here to show you how much you're utilizing those particular trade lines. Those can give you a quick view of what you need to focus on to pay down, or maybe take a look at a debt consolidation opportunity. As we go further, you can see real estate and auto loans. Now, these are installment loans, so they're not revolving. They're going to show a little bit different on the visual. Instead of showing what you've borrowed, they're going to show what you've paid off. So here is where you do want to see a little bit higher of a visual, and then you want to see these a little bit lower. As you scroll down through all of the open accounts, below that, you'll see any collection items, if any inquiries, as well as public records. Below that are your personal details. And if you happen to see any errors or inaccuracies on your report, I want to point out at the very bottom of this page, you can start a dispute directly with TransUnion. TransUnion will then take your dispute, do the research, and if they find that to be valid, they will forward the information over to Equifax and Experian on your behalf. Finally, on this page, you have access to a credit score simulator. This is where you can determine what's going to happen to your score before you actually make the action happen. If you want to take out a new loan and you want to see how that might impact your score, come out to the calculator or the simulator and select which auto loan type or which loan type and how much you're looking at purchasing. And the simulated score will appear. Now, I'm in a test environment today, so I just get a little dance with my friend over here, but you will actually see a 3-digit score appear here. To reset the simulator, you can simply click X to the left of any of the items that you've manipulated here. And then at the bottom, you can also see that you can change your score based on managing your balances. Maybe we want to pay those credit cards down that we saw before. What would happen if we put $5,000 down on those? And at the very bottom, you can see what would happen if I missed a monthly payment. I've got great payment history. What would happen if I missed a payment on one account, on all accounts for 2 months, for example. So that is credit score and report. Next, on the loans and offers tab, this is where you will start to see any of your savings opportunities from ITCU. We'll land on the recommended action or recommended page here, where we will show you all of the offers you may qualify for based on your credit profile. And if there's anything that you'd like to learn more about, simply click for more details for that particular offer. If you'd rather navigate through the top buttons here, buy credit or buy loan product, you simply click on credit card, for example. And on the left side of some of these, you may see some new opportunities. If you don't currently have an ITC credit union or credit union card, you'd be able to see the InTouch Celebrate credit card, for example. You can learn more about each offer by clicking more information, and it'll tell you a little bit more about those cards, features, and benefits. To apply for an offer that you're interested in, you simply click the Apply Now and begin the loan application process online. And then on the right side, you would see a balance transfer opportunity. In this case, we're going to pull in all of those credit cards we were overutilizing on the first page. So Chase, Citi, Discount Tire, etc. You can make some adjustments to the APR because we are estimating that information. We're not given that through the credit bureau. And so by our estimate, you might have to make an adjustment of APR. Let's say it's actually 21% at Chase, for example. We'll in real time update your savings calculator. We'll average out the APR on all the selected items that you would like to consolidate. If you've happened to maybe pay off this Sears card, for example, simply uncheck that debt and it will be excluded from your card's total balance. That average APR will be here and compared to your offer here at ITCU. And you'll see how much you're going to save, not only in the annual percentage rate, but also the interest savings until payoff. This is a great opportunity for you to save over $8,000. Let's apply now and make that balance transfer. You also have calculators in the auto loans and personal loans section. And you also have some opportunities potentially without it in the home equity or home products with home refinance, a home loan, or equity products. Next on our alerts tab, this is where we are monitoring your credit usage, your payment history, whether or not your score is going up and down, if you have new accounts, for example, or new inquiries. So anytime that something happens on your credit profile, we create an alert for you and we'll house them out here on this page. Now you can always get a history of these anytime. We also default to have you emailed anytime that you have a new alert. You can manage those alerts through the resources section that I'll show you here in just a moment. On the resources tab, again, you can go back to that credit monitoring, which will take you back to that tab. We also provide you with some frequently asked questions about credit in general. So if you want to know more about what Vantage Score is, for example, you can come out and learn that it was founded by 3 leading credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, so on and so forth. There is a plethora of questions, so come out here and learn a little bit more. Under your profile settings, this is where you'll see your profile information. This profile information is passed through to CreditSense by your online banking profile. So if you needed to change, for example, your email address, you would need to do that with InTouch Credit Union, either by visiting their branch or going online, whatever's available for you. And then you would, next time you would log in, you would see that update to the email or your address. There's no option within the CreditSense tool to directly change this information. Next, in the email notifications section, this is where you can manage those email alerts. So if you want to receive credit monitoring alerts and you're not checked, simply check the button, and now something major has changed on your credit report. We will notify you anytime that happens. We also provide a monthly credit snapshot, where if you want to see what happened on your credit for the month, whether your score went up or down, your payment history went up or down, things like that, or if you have an all clear on your credit report, we would notify you of that as well. You have access to SavvyMoney's privacy policy and terms of service here. And then if you have any issues or problems and you need to contact SavvyMoney with help with questions, feel free to use the contact us box within the tool here, or you can email us directly at support@savvymoney.com. Finally, all the way at the bottom, if you no longer want to see your credit information or offers, you can simply deactivate your credit score account at the very bottom of the resources page. Josh, anything to add before we pop back out and look at take a look at how to enroll.
Sure. So for our members on the seminar today, these offers that are there, they are invitations to apply. So since there is not a full application being submitted, this is just what we can see based on the current snapshot that we have. Once you apply, there will be a full credit pool as well as other information that will be looked at. So these are invitations to apply. This is not a guaranteed offer. And if you click to learn more, it will go into more detail about that. But I do like to highlight that up front for all of our members. Again, our loan department and our loan funding department will take over more from there once you put in an application. But again, these are highlighted features based on the current snapshot. This is what we think could be available to you if everything worked out perfectly in the end. Please make sure if you do have credit sense to keep checking back. We do update the offers quite often, especially with any specials that we may be doing. So those will be available for you as well.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Josh. And then I am going to sneak back over to the view to take a look at. For those of you that are on the call that may have not registered yet for the tool, I will show you right here within your online banking platform. Once you're logged in, to the right side of your main accounts dashboard page, you should see a widget here called Credit Sense. Now, this will just be kind of a generic widget here where the color, it might, dance back and forth, but it's not going to show a score. It'll show you that you can receive your score, report that those monitoring alerts, and the savings opportunities. To enroll, you simply click, my goodness, show my score, where you'll be taken to our terms of service. You'll simply read through and be notified this is a soft pull, will not affect your score, and authorize SavvyMoney by check marking the box and hitting continue. Once you do that, then you'll enter into the dashboard, and next time you come out to online banking, you would see what we call a registered view. Sorry, I jumped ahead. Here, this is going to display your actual score and if it's gone up or down in since the last update, what your rating is, the last update. You can opt to show the full report by going into the dashboard here. And then we'll also keep an eye on your alerts and push them out to your view within online banking so you can monitor that. You'll also have a quick view of all of your savings offers right at the bottom of your score within online banking. Within mobile banking, we are on the quick links at the very bottom of your accounts. It says Credit Sense here. And then within the blue bubble there, that is indicating how many alerts you have. And then your score will show here once you're enrolled. Lastly, those co-branded emails I mentioned earlier about your activity alerts and your monthly highlights. This is what those look like. And I just wanted to feature those as we kind of get into what emails are okay to click and interact with. This particular email will come from InTouch Credit Union via SavvyMoney, and those are okay to get into and interact with for around your credit score information. These are powered by SavvyMoney. They're going to link you back to your Credit Sense view, but just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that those are okay. And you can change those settings anytime. At the bottom of these emails, there's unsubscribe, manage subscription, or within the Credit Sense platform under that resources tab that I showed earlier. If you have any questions at any time, please don't hesitate to contact us here at SavvyMoney. We have a fully engaged customer support team, and they can be reached at support@savvymoney.com. Josh, I'll kick it back to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Jess. If you are having trouble enrolling from the ITCU side, and we typically see this if you have a joint membership, um, whoever got in there first will be enrolled in their credit sense. But if you want to see your own credit sense and you are on a joint account, you can always contact our contact center team at 800-337-3328, and they will be able to assist you with that. Because that's an internal system, SavvyMoney will not be able to help with that portion, but anything else other than that, um, our partners at SavvyMoney will be able to help you with. So wanted to get that caveat out of the way first. And now is the time to take any questions that y'all may have. I don't see any in the Q&A feature yet, but that didn't mean that something didn't come up during the rest of Jess's presentation. While we're waiting on that, I can share with all of you, I, as a member of InTouch since the early 90s, when we rolled this program out, I used it since day one. In fact, when myself and Rufus both first heard about this, because we handle all education, financial counseling, community and business development here at InTouch Credit Union, we actually went to pitch it, and to our great surprise, someone beat us to it, and they were already on the process of bringing this on board for members. But it is a complimentary tool available to all InTouch Credit Union members. There is no cost to do this. There's no subscription cost. There's nothing. It is completely complimentary to members. The monitoring service is top notch. For example, I applied for a loan um, on one day, and I got the same email and text alert right after I applied saying someone has ran your credit. Was this you or not? Please advise. So it is a very robust tool that catches things very quickly. So not only is it a great tool to keep a track of your credit score, but also to make sure that everything done involving your credit is you that is authorizing that, and not an identity theft situation. So I can't talk enough about it and how useful this is. So best practices I have seen um, during counseling sessions, because we do have certified financial counselors here at InTouch Credit Union, or if it's members who just have some generic questions, they have printed out that credit report and brought it to a branch. And our branch can kind of walk through your credit report and answer some generic questions for you, but anything further than, explaining the vocabulary or helping you read a payment history, you can select a time to work with any one of our certified financial counselors to go into more detail. If you are not available between our normal operating hours of 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, we do have a separate team that we've partnered with that helps members during non-bank traditional banking hours, I should say, that have access to certified credit counselors, certified student loan counselors, certified HMDA, which is your mortgage and HELOC counselors, that can assist you as well. So this is just one of many programs we offer for the financial well-being of our members. Alrighty, I don't see any more questions here. This is being recorded, so if you want to watch it again or share it with another member that you know or someone in your household, this will be available later today or early tomorrow on our YouTube channel, ITCU Inspire. And you can also see past recordings from previous webinars on there as well. Thank you everyone for your time today. Jess, thank you again for agreeing to host this webinar with us for our members. We greatly appreciate your time. And as she said earlier, please keep on a lookout for another SavvyMoney webinar with InTouch Credit Union. And be sure to keep a lookout on your emails and our social media sites for the next webinar in our series. And with that, I wish everyone a marvelous Monday, a great rest of the week, and we hope to see you guys again soon.